Peacemaker Season 1. You've watched it. I've watched it. What are your initial takeaways, good sir?
That is a one and done for me. And by the way, not because it's bad, just because the people they're fighting, not my cup of tea. All right? That is Beans' number one fear come to life. Mm-hmm. Yes. So, yeah, I was out. I was out after that. I was hoping to God that was not what the case was, but as soon as they were building it, not
a huge fan of alien butterflies.
I am saying I do not like parasites as a whole, and they are butterfly parasites, and that's a no-go for Beans. Okay, the idea of a butterfly climbing into my mouth and tearing up my insides just to control my brain, and take over my body.
Not really what you're going for.
God no.
Okay, good to clarify these things.
So. Yeah.
Did you ever see... We're just going to lean into this for a minute.
Oh, great. Love it. Let's go into my nightmares.
Yeah, let's do. Did you ever see the Peter Jackson directed King Kong movie? Like after he did the Lord of the Rings movies, it was like maybe 2005.
I have.
2006 that he released King Kong. And it was a big deal because, he had just crushed it with Gollum in the Lord of the Rings movies as a CGI character. This is when the motion capture technology was still very new. And so the novelty of what he'd accomplished in the Lord of the Rings movies was just at peak hype. So then he tackles King Kong using motion capture to create a ginormous monkey. Okay, so have you seen it?
Yes, it's been a long time though. So if you're going to bring up certain things, I'm not going to remember it.
I feel like you're going to remember this because I'm pretty sure I'm going to
I've erased most of this movie from my memory.
I'll have to bring it back for you.
And that's because
this is going to be trauma for you, dude, and it's going to be painful.
That was a 3-hour-long movie.
Yeah, and it wasn't short.
And by the way,
it wasn't short.
It felt like a 3-hour movie. That movie dragged.
It 100% did. We're going to dwell on that movie for a little bit because it's fun.
Are you crazy?
But before we do that, do you remember? And you've almost definitely blocked this out of your brain, so let me go ahead and just rip the Band-Aid off the scene very much in the middle of the movie. They're on Monster Island, or they call it Skull Island, I think, at the time, and the ship's crew is trying to rescue the damsel in distress, and they all fall into this trench, okay? And there's let's just say 36 of them. And they're groggy and they start coming to, and then they realize, oh, farts, the trench is filled with giant bugs and parasites and worms that want to eat us, rip us in half. And it is just one of the nastiest scenes that I have ever seen in a movie. And there are a combination of both swift and slow demises of various characters throughout that particular scene. I think it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. It's very effective, but horrible.
So I remember very little. However, getting eaten by a bug does not bother me as much as a bug inside of me or attached to me.
That's a good distinction to draw.
So, for instance, we're going to really dive deep into this. Let's see. The first Men in Black, the cockroach guy, that freaks me out. Yep. When he comes out of the bodysuit at the end there, that's a no-go for Beans. Okay? Disgusting.
Yep.
All right? That's numero uno. The Alien franchise as a whole, with the fact that they implant the egg in people's stomachs and then they burst out. No, thank you.
Yeah, I think it's tough for everyone. That's tough for everyone.
The Brood in Marvel, we're going to go comic books here.
Yep.
Disgusting.
Yep. Quite good.
Oh my gosh. And I can't even remember how they turn those people.
Right.
Do they plant the egg in them? I don't fully remember.
It's very alien adjacent.
I know it's X-Men related, and they keep the powers of the people they absorb.
It's not great. Yeah, it's not good.
Disgusting.
It's very
okay.
Bad.
So that is my range.
Yep. Yeah, it's when it starts in and then comes out that we're really having to talk
about there's an episode of Rick and Morty where push comes to shove, they use hormones to get Morty is alone and a single teenage boy and wants girls to like him, so they affect the girls' hormones, and then eventually what he used was like praying mantis DNA to do it, and so they turned into like praying mantis people, and it is disgusting.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
No,
so
not good.
that's
Those are
like
the kind of ideas that people can only come up with, I'm convinced, when they are on drugs. There's no sober-mindedness there. That is
so
something has provided the inspiration that's not natural.
yeah.
So that's the scene that comes to mind. Like I remember Andy Serkis's character in particular, which by the way, Serkis double dipped because he did the motion capture for Kong.
Of course he did.
In the movie, but then he's playing one of the live action members of the crew, and his demise is particularly gruesome and elongated because his legs one at a time get, let's just say, caught, right? And then an arm, and then another arm, and then head. And it's just like, oh. And the sounds are just tough. It's like a hip mushy and yet crunchy all at the same time. Terrible. It's horrible. So to bring it all back to Peacemaker, season 1, alien parasitic butterflies. Sure. James, can we please just stop with the super gross aliens for a bit? That's my ask. Because I'm right there with you as far as one and done.
Dude.
It's too...
When they're...
It's just too gross to watch when I know what's coming. It's actually, I think, worse when you know what's coming. To go, I'm going to willingly subject myself to this nastiness.
I got to the point where when I knew the tongue was coming out, I actually looked away.
Yeah.
I looked away. I was like, I can't do it anymore. I know what's happening. I didn't need to see this part.
Right.
Like, ugh. Like, it's just so uncomfortable and gross.
Yep.
I'm like, I'm so glad they killed all of them.
Right.
Spoiler alert. But I'm so glad they're all dead. That was disgusting, dude. Ugh.
All but one. Like, you let the...
But that one eventually did die because there's no more food.
Sure.
So that one was going to die.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay. So nastiness established and nastiness aside. One and done for each of us. Agreed.